Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy, and we're going to run through some inspection repairs on a property that was under contract up in Lawrenceville in Rivershire. We've been working in this neighborhood for 20 years now. So on the deck railing is solid, but code requires a post every 8 feet. And so we need one here, one in the middle. This corner will suffice, and we'll need to add one here. So 3 on this section up here. We would add a pressure treated flashing plate all the way through here and around this loop. This quarter round doesn't suffice. We got a little bit of rot, and we're just going off the inspection report. We would paint over this white primer they've got here to match the rest of the trim, because it draws your attention to it. But we got some rotted frame and mold on both sides of this window, or door I mean. The corner board is rotted here, corner board is rotted here, and this nose is rotted here. As you go down the deck railing, you can't have a 2x4 for a post like they have here, so that has to be switched to a 4x4. Same thing down here in the landing. We'd replace this little piece here for a custom flashing plate. We'll add a 4x4 post here, another one here on the corner. And as you come down the railing, do a little bit of more. It's like right here, they got a 2x4 post. This won't pass. The trick with this railing is parts of it are under 36 inches, so it doesn't quite meet code. As long as it's reinforced to the post, like here, it needs a post here, here, and here. It's going to have 3 on both of these, and then we'll replace this cap rail. It's not worth the expense of coming through here and completely rebuilding these railings. We would suggest down here, again, we just want to get the house sold. Because we got a mismatch of finishes and condition on this lower deck, I'd go ahead and clean it up and just stain this lower deck. I'd probably come around this top rail as well and paint these metal posts. All these things are things that just kind of scare people a little bit. The upper deck, we may just try to pressure wash it down just to clean it up. It looks like they try to use a light green to kind of go with the siding. There's other things that could be fixed on this house. We're not going there. This is just to meet code as much as possible. Not 100%, but as much as possible. All these balusters are nailed, so they need screws. Just on this lower level, this needs about 260 screws. The key with us is drill a pilot hole first and then drill the drill. It takes a little more labor, but it won't split the balusters. We do the same thing. Even though this is covered down here, there's no flashing on this lower part of the deck. And so we install a custom flashing plate all the way across here, and that would take care of that. On the lower portion of the stairs, there's no code requirement for risers, not currently anyway. And so where the stringers are split, we would just put a 2x6 riser right here, and probably just put one top and bottom of each set of stairs, and that'll cover the damaged stringers. They just had this deck done last year or so when they bought the house, and whoever did this thing just did them wrong. They built everything wrong. Everything here is nailed instead of screwed. They didn't drill pilot holes, so all the boards are starting to split already, and will continue to. But once a new owner pressure wash, keep it stained up, you'll be okay. Again, we'd add screws to the balusters here. All this stuff is nailed, so none of this met code when they did it. And you'll need to add a post midway through here. Same thing here. They added a 4x4 post on the corner up here, but they just screwed in that brace right there instead of bolting it through. So we'll add 2 bolts here and take away this brace. It won't be needed anymore. Underneath the deck, it's gonna be hard to see it. They've got a lot of these joist hangers, but there's no screws in any of them. So we'll add a screw to every one of these all the way across, and then there's 16 sections under that section there that they never added joist hangers to. So we'll go ahead and do that. At the back of the stairs right here, this is all nailed. None of this meets code. We'll assemble a brace and post assembly here set in concrete that'll take this load because it's already starting to pull. The inspector noted some of these joists are pulling away, and that's why. It's so frustrating for homeowners to find contractors. The people that worked here previously charged them an awful lot of money to supposedly bring this thing to code, and it didn't happen. And that's the hard thing, is that there's really a shortage of contractors in general in Atlanta. There's extreme rarity of finding good contractors, and so people can just run around doing bad work forever. He did a great job structurally here. I'll say that for him. Those posts are set great. The footings are great. Everything there is good. The rest of what he did is suspect. And the guy probably sold the job and never came back out again. My brother and I are on every job. So here on this side of railing, we'll end up adding a post in the section, post at the end, a post on that opposite side end, just so we're running around at 8 foot apart. We're good, and they'll be fine. We'll show you a little bit of stuff up here on the front, And that'll kind of take us for today. Racing to get through the light here. My brother and I started this company 30 years ago. It's kind of incredible that we've been out here that long, but we have. Love this stuff. So we got some rotted wood on the bay, and whenever you see this kind of stuff, you can see the inspector probed it. So we got a rotted nose and sill. You can see the sill right here as I go to push this in. See, looks pretty good until I push my finger on it. The bottom panel is rotted as well. The soffit up here was never sealed at the mansard roof, so it rotted all the way around. So replace all that. This nose is rotted on the front right there. And same thing here. Nose is rotted. Angled corner board in here is rotted. And the front door, don't let your painters putty over stuff, like here. So the frame is rotted left and right and centers on this door. And the last thing we'll do if we can, they replaced the siding up here a number of years ago with Nichihana siding, and it's delaminating on the bottoms. So Nichihana is fine on your main fields of your house, but on dormers or chimneys, make sure your installers are using top of the line James Hardy plank siding. It will never rot. Now, one of the tricks that we do is when we replace this, we back seal the roof side edge with clear elastomeric sealant, so it'll never absorb any water and delaminate. If I go up there right now, these 3-4 pieces right here will crumble under my finger. I'm Andy with HandyANdy. My brother and I run a crew of 24 to 30 guys, depends. We do a little bit of everything. Half our business is this kind of stuff, inspection, repairs. You know, it's one of those things where some of these little things that we're talking about, they just scare buyers. And you know, unfortunately, if you've got these conditions on your house, you just got to get it done. This house will sell very quickly once this is done. See the next house? You can catch us at 770-265-9017. See you the next house. Bye for now.